Alright, so we're going to get this 1U set up here with this Micro-ATX board here.
Look how pretty that board is.
It's a very pretty board. It's like it was meant for this chassis.
Right? I'm very excited that we managed to find all these pieces and get everything. This is going to be a very neat little sleeper.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
We're not even sure really what we're going to do with it yet. This is like one of those Jurassic Park moments where we're kind of like we could do it instead of we should do it. So
yeah,
like I said, we still don't even know what's on this. I mean, I'm almost certain we probably could have Googled it, but what's the fun in that? There's no mystery in that.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Right?
All right.
Nice. It's like you've done that before. You just tell me what parts you need, doctor.
All right.
Scalpel.
So let's see here.
You got the 4-pin.
Okay. All right. Let's do hard drive. Let's go and get the hard drive in.
All right. So this is going to be the front one right here first.
Yep.
Make sure you get it. It goes over the other way. Yeah, so be flipped. Yeah.
Yep.
So the reason we're actually plugging this in is because we've put this together a few times. We kind of did some trial runs and did some dry runs to see how it was to put everything together, and we found out it's easier. You know, you notice the small space here that we're having to work in. It's easier if you actually put everything together first.
Most definitely. All right, so
ready?
Go and flip it up on its side. Then
I just want to make sure that I don't hit any screws. All right. Pretty good right there.
Right there, perfect.
Awesome. So what's left is we're going to get these these are 1 terabyte drives. So we're going to get these 2 1 terabyte drives put in, and then we've got a 128 gig solid state that we're going to use for boot. We're not, like I said, we're not really sure what we're going to do with this yet. This is more of like we could do it, so we're kind of getting everything in. I know Sean also has plans. You know, as you can see, there's still the Barracuda markings and some information on here. We do plan to take that off. I think we're actually going to sand down the chassis, get it all clean, probably paint it a color scheme that Sean has in mind, and not really sure what we're going to do with it yet. I know Sean, just so you guys know, he does a lot of music and things like that. So down below on the description, I'll actually have a link to his SoundCloud if you guys want to go ahead and check out some of the songs, things he's produced. He's kind of been thinking maybe using this for when he travels, but not really sure yet.
Yep, we're just going to have to play around with it and see what we can do, see what it's capable of before we go full bore.
Yeah, you got to know what you're working with, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So, hold on, just real quick. I want to kind of bring this into the focus. So, just so you guys see, check this out. This is the old copper heatsink that was on this system, and check out that new one, fanless.
This is solid
copper.
Solid copper.
If you watch the phase 1 of this whole build, you'll have seen that, and we kind of freaked out about it, actually. Like a bunch of little schoolgirls. All right, here, I got the second hard drive ready for you.
Right.
Nice cable management. I like it.
We could stay in there.
Right?
Okay. Take this guy. All right. Go ahead and swing him up.
All right, I'm just going over to the other side.
Right there.
All right. Hold it. I missed it. Are we good?
I think we should be. There we go.
Perfect. There's a few more screws and then some. We've got the RAM to put in. Put a few cables together. Then we're going to actually put a power cord in it and try to see if it boots with the power button on the front, because that's going to be that'll be like the ultimate key. If this will boot with the power button on the front of the Barracuda,
Yep, that's the key. If it doesn't, then we're gonna have to.
We're gonna maybe have to.
We'll have to go back to the drawing board and look something up.
We may even just rip this off and see what's behind there and replace the buttons. Yeah,
that's possible too.
Back to the drawing board, as you said. Who knows?
I'm sure we can figure something out. We got plenty of parts to work with. So.
All right.
So for SSD, right now, I mean, this isn't going to be a permanent solution, but for right now, I think we're just going to leave this guy sitting up top here so we're not going to be moving it around very much. This is just going to be installing.
Undo that power. I just realized that.
Oh, yeah, we probably will.
That's right. So we're short one Molex to power, or SATA. We're going to end up getting that.
Adapter, so we're going to go ahead and use this for now, since we don't necessarily need that second drive yet. Right now we want to get it booted up and see what we're working with here.
Then we're going to plan to do with those bigger drives.
Yeah, then we're going to come up with a game plan on what are we going to do.
I mean, there's a lot of possibilities here. We could be virtual hosts. It could be just a little server. It could be just a standalone Windows 10 machine.
Yep.
I mean,
or it could be something to possibly run some music software.
Depending on what's on there, I mean, you could even make it a small little Plex machine if it's got, depending on what generation of Intel, you could be using the quick sync video. You can actually, an i5 can handle like 4 to 6 1080p transcoding streams at once with QSV. So, I mean, if it's something like that, that would be, but judging by the heat pipes, I'm going to think it's an Intel Atom processor. I think it's one of those, I don't know at the same time.
I don't know.
So, because it's a pretty hefty heatsink. Oh, you're off just a little bit.
Yep.
Missed the back ones. There you go. It's like the claw game, the crane game.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta get it right on there. There we go.
There you go.
There we go. Okay.
All right. Would you like the RAM, sir?
Yes, ram me.
Whoa.
Whoa. Okay.
Click, click. Nothing like the snap of RAM.
It is a good sound.
My favorite is when you're doing, like 64 sticks into a single server and it's just snap, snap, snap.
Let's see this chassis fan. Chassis.
Yep, chassis fan.
Okay.
All right, so is that everything plugged in?
That is.
I'm going to let you finish your wire management. There's the lid for you, sir.
Thank you.
There should be, yep. So here are your 2 case screws. I'm going to go ahead and get us a power supply or power cord ready for us to test. I like it. And like you were saying, dude, it'd be awesome to get a little ribbon right here to be able to put a graphics card sideways, even if it's just a smaller, like a 1030 or something.
Yeah, that's right.
Because I mean that, and it all really depends what's under the hood.
Yeah. We're gonna have to figure it out.
Well, that'll be the next video, but
yeah, we'll get this.
We'll get it done.
Let's get her covered up.
Oh, look at that! Look at that! It's like it's meant to be.
Here we go.
All right, before we put the screws in, let's
test it.
Let's see if she powers on. All right. Hey.
Came on right away. See if the button works.
It does.
The button works.
Oh.
All right.
All right, dude. Perfect.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. All right. Now it's time to hook it up and install Windows 10.
Yep.
That's the next video, though. So
that's the next video. So
thanks for sticking around, guys.
Stay tuned.